for more. We're joined in the studio by Dr. Ephraim Shalom-Mish. He is from NYU and Kroll, Senior Advisor and Institute Fellow. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. Great to see you again. Now, the human rights situation, the ability to bring in oil revenues, all of that improved vastly when we had the ceasefire in place last year. Any chance of it being revived this year?
Sure. Good evening, Laura, and wonderful to be here. I think the issue of the revival of the truce is really interesting one. I think that it's still early to decide, to know, but it's pretty clear that there are a couple of factors behind a potential revival of the truce. First of all, the local players and the international community pretty much saw what it means to have a truce on the ground in terms of economic development. I think we all understand that international players which have been involved in the region, like the Saudis or the Americans, had the opportunity to reassess and to think how to get involved in the region moving forward, potentially in a different way, in a way that we will see less and less extremism in the region. Plus, I think that in this time, although we still have some hostilities on the ground, it's not like it used to be. We still have internal flights. We still have a flow of energy. So I think people understand that if we have a truce again, it's going to be much quicker and in a different form. So
you do see the situation on the ground improving somewhat?
Absolutely, especially since it's so critical for the local Yemenite community.
So in terms of oil then, I mentioned this big energy deal. Yemen, of course, has huge reserves of oil, but the industry has been severely disrupted by years of conflict. What do you read into this latest deal between Zenith and OMV?
Sure. So although Yemen, in general, when you think about energy export, it's not such a big market, it's still quite important. At the end of the day, it provides compensation and salaries for the local community on both parts of the political aisle. It connects Yemen to the regional and international energy markets. And as you said before, Laura, we already know that there are some significant reserves. Unfortunately, we didn't see too many international firms active in the region because of all the security and military issues that we've discussed today. I think once things are improving, we will see more and more international companies coming back and taking advantage of these significant reserves. And I think regardless of these particular transactions, for all types of reasons, we see international firms changing hands when it comes to local energy assets in the region, whether it's because they want to diversify and want to get into renewable energy assets, whether they're thinking a lot about potential security issues, or they look at global markets and they're concerned about ongoing decline in energy prices after a significant boom of the last couple of years.
How would you say, looking at the region more broadly then, how would you say geopolitical risk is affecting the energy industry and energy transactions like the one we've just been speaking about?
Sure, Laura. So in general, when you think about political risk, it's huge when it comes to the Middle East, as we saw today in Yemen, but also specifically in the energy sector. So international firms are always concerned about political risk and how to deal with political risk. So in general, it's a kind of a multi-layered approach. They try to include in their various contracts provisions which will protect them against future events, force majeure and others. Obviously, it's pretty challenging in court sometimes to protect those kind of provisions. And they also go to regional and global markets to buy sophisticated insurance products that protect them. Now we see more and more countries providing this kind of insurance product. And maybe most interestingly, even the World Bank has now MIGA, which is the insurance agency as part of the World Bank Group, which provides directly insurance products for these kind of energy investments. So I'm extremely optimistic when it comes to international and regional support, financially and insurance-wise, in risky areas like this one.
All right, Dr. Ephraim Shalom-Mish, great to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you.